Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ subscribe, hete.
Face TV Muswobi.
There are a lot of lawyers there. If you call yourself a pastor, there are a lot of pastors there. If you call yourself a banker, there are a lot of bankers there. If you call yourself a billionaire, there are a lot of billionaires there. If you call yourself a doctor, there are a lot of doctors there. Orí yeye ni mogun ta ìṣẹ̀lú pọ̀. Bóyá ló mọ̀ pé o lè dédé fún yàn ní fẹ́ǹsì kì lásán ẹni tó rí ń fọ́ ìwọ dẹ̀ ṣoore ní o. Ẹni náà dẹ̀ délé ó dẹ̀ kú wọ́n dẹ̀ níbo ló ti ń bọ̀ lásán náà lọ kíyàn kan kí ló lò last ẹnìkan fún ní fẹ́ǹsì kì ní alábùkún ó dẹ̀ kú ọ̀nà òun ló pa. Don't worry, you will hear a lot of stories. So with some of the guys God has used me for that came out of the wilderness, we're going to do a machine interview. So you can listen. He was in there for how many years? 11 years. So easy láti jẹun fún ẹ̀bẹ̀. Huh? Easy. What about if it be 6 months to 1,000 naira jọ? Be 1,600. So money I money nǹkan tí mo lè sọ fún ẹ pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni fara ẹ balẹ̀ dúpẹ́ o. Ibi tó ti lè rán mi lọ practical tí mo lè padà wá jíṣẹ́ nìyẹn tó bá rán mi lọ sọ́run mi lè padà wá jíṣẹ́. Kò ní ever rán mi lọ sọ́run toró mọ̀ pé mi ní lọ. Are you with me here, sir? I can tell you there are teachers there. Àwọn teacher yẹn tún wá ń kọ́ àwọn ẹlòmíì tó ń rò ó lọ school. Èló ló ń gbà lóṣù 500 naira. Trust me, if I should tell you what is happening there, Nigerian government will come and kill me. But I'm not ready. I don't care. If you want to discover, no problem. It's not my business. And I don't want to talk about Nigeria, but trust me, I still remain my lion. So when I got in there, I saw so many problems and so many situations. And I realized why we need to pray for people here and still pray for people over there. I remember the day we had a program of pure water. That was when it received its own miracle. God said I should tell everybody to buy pure water. And they started picking it free, started praying, say all people will start going out. 11 years, 14 years, 20 years. If you are bragging that you sabi, you know too much. Be careful. You're talking only 60 years. Oh, yeah, like Abi. Wow. Koshe. Akobani. Ìjọba dẹ̀ sọ pé ẹ̀wẹ́ àmọ́ pé ò ṣe o bọ̀ ohun tí ìwé ìjọba sọ rèé o. Ó kí orògbò màdúrà gbà bí. Má ṣọpẹ́. Èèyàn tó fún ní 60 years tó dẹ̀ ti pé 55 years. I don't know whether that's the man's name, but he will know who I'm talking about. The man that gave 100 years. So, relax your mind. God sent him in there to go learn and teach some people stuff. Not because of what took me there. Trust me, 11 million can never be my problem in the world. 11 years ago problem, 10 years ago problem. And I said, you know what? I had something with this lady. Okay, if this is what you want, okay, you have turned 2.8 million to 11 million. Let me give you back. No, they say no. You must do plea bargain. Let me advise you, anytime you're in the law court and they tell you to do plea bargain, don't do it too. Only if you're a criminal, you can do it. Plea bargain means you will say you agreed that you did it. So judge can now give that person 14 years. I say, okay, they have removed 7 years. Go for. If I have not been rugged and be purpose-driven, and if I didn't have determination, I would have done plea bargain way back. But I'm not stupid. I'm a kind of person that anytime trouble want to come, I want to face it because I'm aware I'm going to come out of it. Where I'm with television, yara babata ati with television de lo shodi. Yara Olowo Brown, I will need television. 34B Brown Street, ile yara ti won lati with television. At least on my man Jali, you know yara when Mati G sweeting by. He never knew the kid that was watching movie in his room would still become a king. I'm going to start a new series. I was in the wilderness, and our members will go to the registry, and they will come back to where I was, and I'll bless them. So I was able to bless about 3 or 4 families. And they said, Papa, you were locked in the wilderness, but we know your life is full of wonders. So when we know if we visit you in the wilderness, wonders will happen to us. And I blessed them. And they went from the registry, and they came. And one of them now is in America, and I'm blessing my daughter all the time. I've got a lot of people who came there to show me their visas. And I thank God for in there I wasn't useless. And when I wanted to step out, they started feeling me so hurt to the glory of God. I didn't go to the prison. I was there on an assignment. So, because my job, my work is like a soldier. Who the general, or I don't know, maybe major general, or the head, or a police officer, who the IG will say, I'm transferring you to Abeokuta, and I want you to go and handle special assignments. That's who I am. And my IG said, you know what? There are a lot of people crying somewhere who needed help, who needed prayers, who needed liberation, who needed touch, who needed helpers. And he said, you know what? I'm going to make you go there. And I'm in there, I'm going to bless you. Who am I to say? I remember I've preached this severally in the church, that I saw myself one day going to the prison. How many of you remember? I told him, I said, church, don't, excuse me, sorry, I'm sorry, just stay here, please. I told him, I said, you know what? A time is coming, I'm going to go to the prison, I want to go preach. And I got home, my wife said, are you okay? I said, I'm okay. It's not so easy for you to tell your wife you want to go there. He said, are you okay? I said, I'm okay. And when I got in there, my joy is that God made me a solution to many people's problem. My joy. That's my joy. That's my joy. When I got in there the first day, the second day, the third day, I started asking myself, why am I here? And God said, you know what? I'm going to prove to you that I am MUSICFACENIGERIA. I look back to God, and God said to me, don't worry about the church. I am the husband of the church. Don't worry about your family. I am the head of your family. Don't worry about your mother. She's not going to die before you return. And God said, don't worry about the Sherry Demo branch that does not have roof, but they have proofs. Woo! And God said to me, I told God, I said, God, I've been preaching before I went into the trouble that if this commission is about the things of the world or the kingdom of darkness, let it collapse. But if it is of God, let it stand. And God said to me, you know what? I'm going to take you to where I will show you life. That many of you are preaching outside, and you don't know that there are a lot of people in there going through trouble, crying in the wilderness. They got no helper, they got no assistant, they got no money to step out. But someone is crying in the wilderness, and the person crying, and some people crying, oh Lord, send me my helper. And I tell you, when you pray for help and helper, God of anyhow can bring your helper anyhow. He sent me on a special assignment. Do you remember, if God should, even if where you work, if they should send you on special assignment, they're going to pay you. Right? They give you allowance. They give you new official car. I was in the wilderness and God was blessing me. I was in the wilderness, God was in charge of the church. I was in the wilderness, God was connecting me so bad. I was in the wilderness and God was healing people through me. I was in the wilderness and God was using me to help people. Listen to me. Image. I was sinking and I was singing. I was sinking and I was sinking. I was in my own trouble, and the first thing I discovered there that I'm going to teach you today, if you want to be great in life, even when you are in trouble, solve other people's problems. When you are in trouble, that you're supposed to give up on God, that you're supposed to cry. You know why many of you, when you go through troubles, you start crying? You are concerned about what people are saying about you. Meanwhile, those who are talking about you have got their own issues too. The day you decided, the day you made up your mind not to consider what people are saying about you, that is the day you will start hearing what God is saying about you. Let me shock you, let me tell you the truth. If you've not been through what I've been through, it doesn't matter you have to go through what I've been through. Your own is coming, but it might not be in my own way. Mo tún sọ ní Yorùbá. Tó bá rẹ́ nìkan tó lagun kọ̀kọ́já tí wọ́n rò pé ìwọ escape má worry. Àwọn ogun tèmi ò like ni kíyàwó kú mọ́ mi lórí. Toro ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn kan last year. Men of God. Ìyàwó mi kú. Orí ìyàwó ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ kò rí mọ́ lálẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wá jọ ọmọ kéékèèké. Tọ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi pé ṣé mo ready kí ìyàwó mi kú àbí kí n lọ sẹ́wọ̀n ọdún méje máa ní fún mi lọ́dún mẹ́wàá. Ìwọ ló jọ lójú. Èmi mọ̀ pé níbẹ̀ ohun tí máa make kí n tó jáde. Ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ tó ti wà ń ta 20 years ò lè make ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló di mí, òun ló dá mi, òun ló mọ̀ mí, tirẹ̀ ni àwa ni àgùntàn pápá rẹ̀. Ó dá kó rán ẹ ságì jùjú kó rán ẹ sọ́run lọ. Oh Lord, thank you for the wilderness. My new ideology and concept about life is wilderness to wonders. Some of like, báwo ló ṣe máa wá ṣe tó bá dé? Báwo ló ṣe máa wá happen? Ṣó ṣe máa dìde? How can you call yourself a mentor if there are no bad situations to mention? How can you call yourself a champion if you've not been able to fight uncommon battles, unexplainable battles, battles that we want you to give up? And you will say, no, I'm not going to give up. Instead of me to give up, I will get up and look unto God and say, where will my help come from? My help will come from God, the creator of heaven and earth. I was in there, I was thinking that a lot of people that will come to help me, and God shut them up. God said, no, you're not going to do it. I'm not sending you there to cry for helper. I'm sending you in there to help. Now, when you go through battles, show me your first victory. My first victory happens to be this guy. Now, I didn't preach to him when I got in there that he should become a celestial person. I got in there. God bless that pastor of Liberty Church in there. Said, man of God, we want to give everything to you. And the assistant pastor happens to be my own blood brother. Not from the same mother, But trust me, I love him. And they give the microphone and they started ministering every day, anytime I'm in church. And God asked me, he said, "Wah, do you lack anything?" I asked him, he said, "I know you like microphone." I said, "Yes, sir." Maybe they don't give you microphone. God knows that without microphone, my aim being there, even with, if I should see people to preach to, pray for, play with, Mama, I'm just going to be my own. I'm going to be on my own. He said, "They've given you microphone. What else do you want? You need PA. I'll give you 2. Can I tell you the truth? I'm not lying. Don't let me tell you how I live my life. Ask him, just one month, right? What happened after he left? And I cannot just count how many people God used me for. In millions. And I don't have a company. I don't have oil company. Ọba ọ̀rọ̀mọ níṣẹ́ fàyàtì, ọ̀rọ̀mọ lájò bọ́mọ dájò, ọ̀rọ̀mọ lọ bọ́mọ lọ. Obviously, I want to give you a few prayer points, and that's who's going to hand the service today. Some of the friends that left behind, some of the people I met, some of the people I used to be with, lost so many things. Cause I was here. Ó dákó tó ti jagun ẹ láàárọ̀. Lọ sọ pé wo àbúrò ẹ kan sọ fún ẹ. Kò sí bó ṣe lè pẹ́ láyé wá fèsì tiẹ̀. Ó kàn wá ó máa yàtọ̀ ni. Torí mo mọ̀ ránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kan sìn. Wọ́n rò òun kiri fún cancer. I was in my situation and I was still sending money to them to assist them to the glory of God. Kò sí ṣá o. Ìwọ ni kò kàn wá gbàdúrà pé ìtàpá mi ò ní ká. You want to hear the story about the place? Don't worry, you have to go download my app. And you're going to read that in my books. I'm going to make profit from my pains. It's not free. Don't just come and listen to it. God created me to the word to add value and to multiply everything around me. Turn my mess to my message. And turn the enemy to my sausage. Light here. Ó yẹ kí n sọ oríṣiríṣi ìrìn àjò àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀. Bó o lè wo lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ náà. Ó máa àánú kò yí sí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Ó kàn lè má gbọ́ sórí yẹn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹyọ kan ló lè gbọ́ ń bẹ̀. Ìwé àbí inú òwe ìwé. Light here. Ó pẹ́ láyé, ó pẹ́ láyé. Ó máa là kọkọjá. Òjò ń páyọ̀, òrì ń rẹ́rìí, ṣóòrí ò mọ̀ pé òòrùn sì máa ràn ni. Káníjì yẹn ò jà mí máa ti kú. Ọlọ́run kan mọ̀ pé kò sẹ́ni tó lè jíṣẹ́ ààbò fún mi tí máa ṣe. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ wàá jíṣẹ́ ààbò fún mi. Màá ní jẹ́ kó Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi fúnra ẹ̀. You cannot give me prophecy and say, God said I should be under protection for 1 month. I say, no, let me talk to God myself. Nobody can give me message that I'm going to be in there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I say, no way. So when I want to look at my situation, some of the things I face in life, if I start talking about it, it's going to be in series. And I will not finish talking about it. And the only thing I have that I brought out is to have the spirit of forgiveness. Forgive everybody who has offended you that I know to be enemies behind the scenes. Next week, Tuesday. I came to say thank you. And I came to tell all of you how I am a man that is on assignment. I will never stop moving. I will keep moving all the time. Even when if my book is out, I'm working on 2 books. I'm done with that. Even my enemies will buy my book. Tell the person beside you, they will pay. Again, turn it to Wala. Screen it. Now, how will you be singing while you are sinking? It's because you know that Christ in you is the hope of your glory. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you 3 prayer points. And that's going to be the end of the service. So today I'm going to let you prepare your mind for next week Sunday, this Sunday. And we're going to start 7 Tuesday. And the Tuesday, no announcement, no publicity, just start work and stuff like that. And I really want us to pray on some few things. And watch what you're going to get in the next 7 Tuesday. How many of you wouldn't want to miss it? Good. Good. If anyone has got a Bible there, just read this and let's go. And everybody's like, oh my God, on Harvest Day. Anytime God wants to give you public glory, He will bring you to the land of public disgrace. In that disgrace, remove this and embrace grace. Because when the disgrace comes, it is the grace of God that can separate you from disgrace. You push this away and you embrace grace. Without grace, you cannot go further in life. Without grace, you cannot preach. Without grace, you cannot do exploits. Without grace, you cannot go into what I went into and come back and still be successful. Without grace, you cannot be here, be there, and still be blessed. Okay, what happened now? And make that man said, don't fight, don't do anything. And I'm going to use this to tell you, you should understand that gimmick when devil is trying to want to make other people hate you. All the bloggers all over the world abusing me, they're just helpers of my destiny. If I should concentrate on them and start cursing them, I would not know the family problem I have, the witchcraft in my family, the people that I'm kissing and they are killing me, the people I am embracing and they are working on my disgrace. And that's where I'm going to build it on, and I'm going to start from here next week, Tuesday. Enemies behind the scene. Enemy behind the scene. Somebody in my father's house is always monitoring. I don't know the person. Someone is in my brother's house is always monitoring. And I will now concentrate on, kill bloggers. I can say about all those bloggers attacking me, they were sponsored. Some of them gave job. Some people gave them the assignment. It is not their fault. Then why are you cursing them? Why are you swearing for them? As a matter of fact, they didn't do me anything. Just like one time when someone said, there's one woman in Dublin, you must abuse that woman. And I told that person, don't worry. When I came out, I said, how can I abuse someone who's older than my mom, or who is old enough to be my mom? Sometimes you need wisdom to win your battle. Why will I curse the woman? Why will I abuse her? If your mother should call you a thief, will you call your mother a thief back? If your mother says you are mad, will you say your mother is mad? If your mother says you are stupid, will you say your mother is stupid? Why don't you ignore the mother, appreciate and bless her, and keep walking? Now, listen to this. The person that asked me to abuse that woman happens to be one of the enemies behind the scene. That they are showing you love does not mean they love you. That they are celebrating you does not mean they like you. That they are kissing you does not mean they value you. That they are calling you daddy, daddy, daddy all the time does not mean they are your lovers. Does not mean they are your members. Does not mean they value you. Does not mean they like your words. Be careful. Don't use the right energy to fight the wrong enemies. Don't use the right energy to fight the wrong enemies. Both men and women, they gave my job to be attacking me. Some people started it. Some people arranged it. Some people are behind it. Those are the enemies behind the scene. They will say, "Ebam budada, a ship before." Emma me most of you. Emma me most of you. How the shop I want like you go. Share Eddie will walk on so. Olori Brooklyn in one. Ha, Paul let you wash she buy. Oh, but they shaking it. Torí mi ò gbọ́ ìwọ náà ló gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹni tó ti bú mi láyé á dà fún wọn. Ṣàmì náà. Gbogbo ẹni tó ti bú Israel Oladele nípa Olúwa jẹ́ kó dà fún wọn sẹ́. Ẹni tí ò ṣàmì mo fẹ́. All those who abuse my mother, it shall be well with you. All those who abuse my father, it shall be well with you. Amen. All those who abuse Genesis, it shall be well with you. Amen. All those who are pulling Genesis down, it shall be well with you. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ló yẹ kí n bá jà, mo mọ̀gùn tó ń jà mí. Àwọn ìdílé wa ló rán yín sí mi. Ogun ìdílé bàbá mi ló rán yín sí mi. Ẹ̀yin kò mọ̀ pé ìmọ̀ mi tó ní kẹ́ máa sọ lẹ́ sọ. Ẹni tó mọ̀ mí dáadáa ò ní kórìíra mi. Ẹni tó kórìíra mi ò mọ̀ mí ni. Òun ni mo ṣe ṣàdúrà fún wọn sẹ́. Ṣé bí kò ju ẹ̀ló ẹjọ́ ẹ bá a sọ pé amúrọ̀bà ni ẹ bá a sọ pé olè ni ẹ bá a sọ pé ó máa ń gbé bọ̀ ẹ ṣe. Adébẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ ṣe dáadáa ẹ ṣe báyìí àdúpẹ́. But enlighten you. Ẹni tó ń gbógun tì ẹ́ ń ṣọ́gbọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́ta ẹ̀ o. Mo máa ṣàlàyé ọ̀tá yẹn fún ẹ next week. Ẹni tó gbógun tì ẹ́ níbi iṣẹ́ yẹn kọ́ lọ́ta ẹ̀. Ta ló náwó fún níjọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe bẹ́ríà ní fámìlì yín? Ta lẹni tó tó ẹ dàgbà? Tó sanwó skul ọmọ ẹ̀ tí gbogbo ẹ dorí kodò? Ta lẹni tó raṣọ fún? Tí wọ́n ti sọ pé kò ní àṣírí bíbò láyé tí wọ́n dẹ̀ bò láṣírí tán ní kí wọ́n rí hòhò. Wọ́n á sọ pé ẹni tó ń bu ẹ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù ẹ lọ́ta ẹ̀ ń kọ́ ò lájú rí. I will tell you how to know them next week Tuesday. Màá kọ́ ẹ ní ọ̀nà méje tó máa fi mọ̀ pé ọ̀tá ìkọ̀kọ̀ lélẹ́yìí. Number 1, wọ́n máa ń sábà fine. Number 2, wọ́n máa ń lọ́yàyà.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ subscribe hete.
Face TV was Swoby.